Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to check out Trident's Wake. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for roughly $15. I stress early access, that means the game is still under development, and as such, everything that you're about to see is subject to change. This game was described to me as another Helldivers game. At least that's what it said in my press email, but I gotta say, this game is no Helldivers. Helldivers, for those of you that don't know, is a top-down, twin-stick shooter of sorts. All sorts of different abilities, lots of different customization. You could call down different abilities. I believe there was even turrets in the game. There's co-op, so you and your friends could do battle, and there'd be randomly generated maps that would give you different objectives. There was different difficulties for these maps. And you also did battle on a grand scale. Like, there were 3 different AI enemies that you would be doing war with at the same time, and you got to choose which enemy, which sector you wanted to fight in, and then you generate a level there. And then over time, everyone's contributions from their games would go into that grand scale map. It was a really cool system. I loved it. That being said, this game is not Helldivers at all. The fact that it's top-down and it's somewhat of a twin stick, that's the only similarity here. I find this game to be frustrating, and I don't like it. So, you may want to turn the video off now, because I have nothing good to say about it. I've played it twice off-camera, and I died both times. I found it frustrating. Enemies would just spawn out of nowhere. Hallways that I thought were clear, enemies just appear out of nowhere. You know, I'm like, really? So anyway, let's just jump into it. First thing I would recommend doing, turn off motion blur. It is overdone. So anytime you move your character, it feels like you're on the high seas, swaying up and down. Like, I needed my trash can nearby, because I'm like, I can't do this. And what sucks is that the graphics settings that you see here, none of that is available in-game. So you have to quit your game, go back to the main menu, and then adjust what you want to, then start a new game. So that's something that needs to be implemented, the ability to adjust these settings in-game. But anyway, pause the video here if you want to see any of these in greater detail. Typical stuff like full screen, screen resolution, quality settings, master music, and sound effects. I do have the music completely off via my desktop audio mixer, because there's still music playing in the background, despite the fact that I've got the slider all the way to 0. So because of copyright and all that, I turned everything off. I'll turn it back on once I get in-game. Again, this game is just a mess. It's a complete mess. I don't recommend it, but I'll show it to you anyway. You can customize chassis and weapons from here. The first button, you'll be unlocking different, I guess, I want to say mechanicals as you play. I don't know what these other ranks will get you, because I can't even... You don't even get XP for losing. You have to beat a mission in order to gain experience points. So the fact that I can't defeat one map yet, I can't get anywhere, so I can't show you anything. But this is what you get at the beginning. You can choose between classic pattern, urban warrior, brawler. You can also customize your color scheme here, secondary color. There's different weapons, but you're very limited on what you have access to in the beginning. You'll be unlocking more weapons as you play. There's also utilities like ammo pack, signature skill. As you level up, this will become more important, but for right now, you have nothing. So just ignore that for right now. Weapons and tinkering, again, you've got 2 weapons to start with. You'll be unlocking more as you play. Lastly, skills. Again, you'll be unlocking more as you go, but there's 3 right now. Repair pods, overclock, and ammo pack. Alright, let's get in game, and I'll show you what it's like. Whenever you click join the fight, you have the option to choose online or local. From here, you can choose between these different sectors. There's main industrial complex, tech lab facility. These ones are unknown right now. On the very top, these appear to be modifiers, where you can make things harder, but unfortunately there's no way to make things easier. Like, the game is just way too difficult for me. May not be for you, but this game is definitely not for me. There's no easy difficulty setting here. and it's very easy to die. So let's just, and there's also like no next button. So I had to play around and try and figure out, okay, what do I click next? How do I proceed? It's back to loadout. When you see the words back to loadout, that implies to me that you're going back a screen to a place you already were. So I wouldn't want that. I would want to go forward and actually do the mission. Back to loadout is misleading. You have to click on this and then hit ready. I would change that back to loadout. I would put like a next button, something to indicate that you're ready to move forward to the next screen. It's ready up. There is local co-op, but I'm not going to bother idly with this one, just because it's not worth it. I'm going to use my mouse wheel to change weapons. Oh yeah, sound. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay, so we're back in game. Very bottom, you can see my current weapon. Mouse wheel switches between them. On my character, there's a blue and red bar. The blue bar is for shields, red bar is for health. Also, whenever you hit R to reload, it uses up all of the ammo in your clip. So if you're one of those people that reload after taking one shot, don't do it, because you'll lose your entire clip. Another thing I don't like. I hate that. I know it's realistic, but I don't like it. So upper left-hand corner is a mini-map. And you just want to go to the green areas, the green circles. Those are your objectives. And then you hit E to interact with these things. There we go. Mass storage device found. Objectives are in the upper right there. Now, every time I complete an objective, I just get a swarm of enemies. Like, there seems to be no way to avoid detection. I've tried twice. I've tried stealthily going through levels, avoiding combat, but it seems like every time I complete an objective, it's scripted to send multiple waves of enemies at me, which is... I don't like it. I think that if I remain stealthy, I should be stealthy, and you know, that's just my opinion, though. Obviously, there's room for some artistic creation, but come on. If I'm taking the trouble to be sneaky and to move around... Now I just don't care. I'm just blowing everything away. And it looks like you'll be picking up money and earning XP as you go. But again, if you die, you lose all of it. Another thing I don't like. I think you should be able to keep what you get when you do die, so that even though you die, you'll have the option to at least create a... Well, over time, even if you lose consistently, you'll still be able to level up your character and make them better so that you have more chances to do better on your next run. Again, these are my opinions. ID card located. Now, yep, see, look at all... Where were all these people before? That's what I mean. Every time I complete something, an objective, whatever, this is what I have to face. And then I die on my way. Like, there's no way. There's no way I can do this. There's just too many guys. It's constant. This is not fun. I'm dead. That's it. Mission failed. That's all I care to show you, honestly. This game sucks. I'm sorry to say it, it sucks. The difficulty is overbearingly hard. If you're gonna play a game like this, play Helldivers. You'll thank me later. Helldivers can be difficult, but it gives you the tools that you need to succeed, and the levels are actually doable. So, don't buy this. Buy Helldivers. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.